The Oakland Raiders have signed Jordy Nelson to a 2-year deal worth $15 million. Now, I really kind of like this move, more or less. The Raiders are doing a weird thing this offseason. They got John Gruden, which is fine. Whatever, they got John Gruden. So they got John Gruden, but now they're having this weird habit of kind of signing a lot of veteran type guys, and it's kind of weird because a lot of them seem like they might be past their prime, and I feel like Jordy Nelson is kind of an example of that. By no means is he bad. I still feel that Jordy Nelson is one of the better or has the possibility of being one of the better wide receivers in the NFL. But I just feel like, and I do believe he is possibly an upgrade from Michael Crabtree. I'm just interested to see if Jordy Nelson can remain healthy. Obviously, you're going to pair him up with Amari Cooper now, and you also have Marshawn Lynch as well as running back Doug Martin, which I'll be making a video about Doug Martin as well. You have Derek Carr. You have a pretty decent offensive line still, and you have a pretty decent defense. So the question is now can the Raiders make it back to the playoffs with all of these veterans that they're adding onto the team, so to speak, and kind of older guys at that? And I think they have a decent-ish chance now. I don't know if this team's better than it was last. Well, I believe it's probably better than it was last season. But you still have some guys you got to compete with. You still have to compete with the Kansas City Chiefs, who have just been making a ton of crazy moves. You have to compete with the Denver Broncos, who, if they have a quarterback, they're honestly not going to be that bad off. You know, they're kind of just a good quarterback away from being really good again. And then you also have to compete with the I'm trying to remember, it's the Los Angeles Chargers, which they were a pretty hot team last season as well. They just barely missed the playoffs. So the AFC West is pretty competitive. A lot of these guys could win the division hypothetically, and I feel the Raiders are right in there. Obviously, you get a guy like Jordy Nelson. He might not have the speed anymore, but he can still go up and get some passes. He's still very crafty wide receiver. He runs crisp routes. He's got good hands. He's just an overall pretty decent wide receiver. Obviously, he's lost some speed due to injuries and due to just age in general. He's in his 30s, I believe now. Yes, obviously he's in his 30s. And I believe that a lot of people in the Packers fan base felt that he was going to be gone. So, I'm interested to see if Jordy Nelson can stay healthy, especially in his older age, and now that things are kind of wearing down on him. I don't know if he's going to play his whole contract. He might just retire after 1 year. That remains yet to be seen. I would like to think that he's probably going to play both years there in Oakland, but we don't know. But I do think he'll be a good weapon for Derek Carr, a safety blanket if anything, whereas it's a guy that you can throw to and reliably count on him to make a catch, make a tough catch, just make a play for you. Jordy Nelson's that type of guy. Now, in the terms of the contract, 2 years, $15 million, making $7.5 a year, I feel that's a pretty okay deal for Jordy Nelson, because guys like Albert Wilson, guys like Danny Amendola, guys like Ryan Grant before his contract became void, these guys were getting that type of money as well. And the interesting thing about that is, like, these guys, besides Amendola, guys like Albert Wilson and guys like Ryan Grant, they're kind of more of and Paul Richardson to a certain degree. These guys are all kind of unproven commodities. They're still young, they still got fresh legs and all that, and they've still got speed. But it's still hard to call with what they could do. With Jordy Nelson, you're paying that type of money, but you're getting a proven talent. The only concern would be his health concerns. So if he can stay healthy, I like the move. I think that it would be a very productive move for the Raiders, and I feel he would be an upgrade from Michael Crabtree. And I feel that he could be a solid second option next to Amari Cooper for sure, especially with the offensive line they have going. And if Derek Carr can remain healthy, and if Jordy Nelson can remain healthy, then I like this move a lot, and I think the Raiders do have a chance at winning the division, obviously, or at least getting a wild card spot. So, Raiders fans, let me know. Did you like the move? Did you hate the move? And if you're new, go ahead and subscribe and like the video if you did enjoy this. Move. Sound off in the comment section below as always. As always, for the rest of you NFL fans, don't worry, I'm going to be covering all most of the moves that your teams have been making. And Bucks fans, don't worry, still got Bucks content coming for you as always. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. But until then, goodbye for now, guys. See ya.